welcome to another episode of Wedflics. I'm Julia Braime, I'm your host and the editor and founder of Brides Up North, the top UK wedding blog for Northern couples, and the editor of Unveiled magazine, the go-to bridal glossy. Today on the show, I welcome mother and daughter dream team duo, Kim and Heather of Elizabeth Kate Bridal and The Electric Bride. These Yorkshire-based bridal specialists have everything to offer any type of lady looking for her dream gown. Let's find out more about their two boutiques and these very special spaces. Okay, so hi ladies, welcome to Wedflics. Welcome to the show and thanks for being my guest today.
Thank you for having us.
It's absolutely no problem. So from their pink palace there, it's the ladies from Elizabeth Kate Bridal and the brand new Electric Bride. It's Kim and Heather. They're in our Unveiled network, and I've spoken a lot to Kim, not so much to Heather. And I know that Kim's just an amazing lady with a gorgeous boutique full of beautiful gowns. And I have a feeling that Heather, who's Kim's daughter, is going to be no different. So let me stop waffling. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and your business?
Okay, so as you say, I'm Kim and I'm the owner of Elizabeth Kate. And I like to think that Elizabeth Kate is sort of a nice, relaxed, fun atmosphere, a little bit different to the normal sort of traditional wedding dress shop. There's no chins, there's no, sort of velvety white stuff.
I know where you're coming from.
That's it. We're sort of more industrially, brick walls, scaffolding poles, a little bit sort of boho in there as well. So just a little bit different, but it's all about the experience for us. It's all about the bride. It's all about the dress.
Fantastic. And so you have Elizabeth Kate downstairs, and now you've introduced this beautiful new space upstairs where I can see you're sitting now in what I called your pink palace. So, Kim, do you want to tell us a bit about Electric Bride?
Yeah, so we've introduced Electric Bride, which is going to be Electric Bride at Elizabeth Kate. So they are totally separate floor to Elizabeth Kate, totally different vibe, and that's where I'm going to pass you on to Heather, and she can tell you more about Electric Bride.
So, Heather, this is your project, right?
This is my project. So we want to give a sort of VIP experience upstairs to the modern bride, the bride who wants something a little bit different, not necessarily in the style of dress, because we are still going to stock a whole range of different styles, but just something different with their experience. We've got plenty of space for everyone to bring the gang, and we want it to be taking lots of photos and having just like a real like fun party sort of experience with the people that you bring in. We don't want it to feel really restrictive or like you don't want to touch anything and it's just a bit too pristine. Instead, it's going to be all out sort of, from the moment that you walk through the door, it's going to be all about the experience, all about the bride, and just having a good time when you're trying on your dress.
Well, it sounds absolutely amazing. I love the idea that it's kind of more of a party, that it's almost like, so I obviously work on a lot of fashion shoots for our magazine Unveiled, and what I'm seeing behind you and kind of the concept you're describing reminds me of when I get to kind of do my editing at the start of a fashion shoot. So you go and you've got all the choices of all the gowns are laid out, and I'm picking and choosing and sort of organizing them and deciding which ones I want to try on my model and which ones look good for this shot and that shot. And I can see it kind of being that same excitement, that sort of chocolate box feel that you're like, oh, which one am I going to choose and try on next? It just heightens the excitement, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what we're hoping for. I mean, we're trying to make it, I know there's a lot of bridal boutiques out there that don't like people to take photographs when they're trying on dresses, and I understand the reasons behind that. However, I also think it's important because this is a big part of the bridal journey. And so what we've sort of done is made different areas within the studio where you can do that. So there's plenty of photo opportunities from the second that you walk in downstairs. right up the stairs. We've got plenty of opportunities the entire way. I mean, these are secret things that we're hanging on to at the minute. But yeah, literally from the second that you're stepping downstairs, there's going to be photo opportunities the entire time you're here.
I mean, that's lovely, isn't it, for your brides? It's so exciting for them. Then they can, you know, even if they don't want to kind of share in advance the picture of them in the dress, they can share a picture of them in a different one, or they can share a picture of them in front of whatever you have planned for them, in order to kind of get excited about it. Because a lot of people now, even more so after being locked down for a year, people use social media to share landmarks in their life and celebrate things with their friends, particularly if you can't connect as usual. So I think you've really capitalized on something super important there. And it's going to be a really great experience for the brides and their squads, obviously, once they can.
That's it. It's something that everyone can get involved in. So although like we say, there's photo opportunities for the bride and things, there's also plenty of opportunities for everybody who you're with, so they can be snapping things whilst you're getting changed, and it just keeps everybody engaged and busy while they're here. And it's not just sort of a waiting for, you know, while you're prepping in the changing room. There's plenty of other things that they can be doing.
I love that. I love the way you've thought about everyone as well, because I mean, it's very clever from a business point of view too. Lots of sharing opportunities for Elizabeth Kate and Electric Bride, but it's great for the customers. It's great for the customers first and foremost. And that's clearly what you've done for them. It's not an afterthought. You've designed everything around them, right down to those amazing chairs that I can see you sitting on there. You were telling me about them.
Well, these are our pride and joy at the minute. They even have trays. Did you see this?
I love that.
We have little popcorn dispensers, sweet dispensers and things that are in. So we have like sort of an entrance area where we can just chill out and talk about what you expect and what sort of things we can help you with before you actually come into your appointment. And in that area, like I say, we've got dispensers and things. So your gang can get sorted. They can have their little trays up. They can get ready with their popcorn. And
That's so fun.
to watch the bride come out and do a thing.
That is so much fun, and it really does heighten the experience, doesn't it, of everybody involved. Oh, you're going to have some fangirls on your hands, I'm telling you now.
Oh, we hope so.
I think so. So what made you, I mean, things have probably moved on since, Kim, you went into Bridal initially, but what made you want to go into Bridal in the first place?
So for me, the thing, I mean, I've always been interested in sewing. I've always been interested in fashion. But I was a training consultant for 20 years. And I got to a point where Heather was getting married, and the experience that she had when she was looking for wedding dresses was really not great. And at that point we said, you know, there's got to be something better than this. And it came to a point where in my day job, if you like, as a training consultant, I decided it's something that we'd talked about for years doing, and I decided, right, I either do it now or I stop whining. And so that's it. We decided, let's take the plunge. And so we found this building. In fact, the same day that I handed in my notice on my day job, we found this building, and our offer was accepted on the same day. So we thought, that's actually fate, it's meant to be.
That's the same.
You know, we looked for somewhere that was out of town. We didn't want hustle and bustle. We looked for somewhere with free parking straight across the road, so it was really accessible, somewhere close to motorway, so it was easy to get to. And this building was just perfect for exactly what we wanted. You know, and so it has that lovely sort of relaxed feel. There's, like I say, free parking, and it was just, everything seemed to happen on that one day. So we thought, let's do it.
So you took the plunge. So Heather, what is it that has made you kind of move on from the initial concept of Elizabeth Kate and want to develop this new space?
Yeah, so when we were talking about Elizabeth Kate first, we thought about all the things that we wanted to give the bride. Like my mum was saying, the experience that I had when I went to try on wedding dresses was not great. And so we looked at all the things that we would have liked to have had as part of that experience, and then we sort of made that happen. But obviously we were doing it from your point of view, so we wanted to do it how you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So we obviously had a little bit of input, but we wanted that shot to reflect you, because I think if you're honest about who you are yourself, you're not giving your bride experience. So there was no point trying to be something else downstairs. It had to be a reflection on you, because you're the person who they meet when they walk through that door. And if you've got a different style, that's not going to match up well, and then you're going to end up with a mishmash, and it's just not going to work. So if your brides are seeing this shop and it's run by somebody who doesn't sort of reflect those values, you're not going to get the experience that you're expecting when you walk into that shop. So what we were looking at upstairs is, this is more of a reflection of how I would have styled things. This is more a reflection on what you should expect when you come and see us when we're upstairs. So hopefully this is a reflection on us. But yeah, so this feels more like home for me, this sort of style. And so hopefully our brides that are expecting the Electric Bride experience up here, it's going to feel authentic, because this feels authentic to me and how I would do things.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a really cool sort of funky experience, but your mum is already super cool.
Yeah, she is a cool mum.
Really cool. I mean, like that came away to me in everything that I've had to do with you, Kim, that you'll kind of look at things in a different way. It's a fun, exciting, full of enthusiasm, and you know your friends, you know, so a bride coming downstairs to Elizabeth Kate isn't going to be going for kind of like the traditional experience anyway. So I think they kind of fit together really nicely. And it's not a disparity, is it?
No, we don't want to be sort of working against each other, and we don't want it to feel like they're two completely different entities. We want Electric Bride to just be an extension of Elizabeth Kate. But I think the new generation of brides, the younger bride, is growing up more with social media, and I think downstairs is very Pinteresty. It gives me all the Pinterest vibes. Like, I want to just put everything on a Pinterest board, and it just feels like you just want to steal everything from it because it looks amazing. And upstairs, I feel, is more the Instagram bride.
Yeah, okay.
Who do like the fun Instagram shots. Although those new wings that you have downstairs are pretty Instagrammable.
Angel wings. Yeah.
Wow, I feel like it's such a treat for brides booking with you. I mean, where are you based, ladies? I think anyone watching will be wanting to know where this amazing sort of house of wonders is.
Lincolnshire. So it's North Lincolnshire, but we're sort of on the border of North Lincolnshire and South Yorkshire. So we're sort of less than an hour, maybe about 45 minutes away from Sheffield, about the same away from Lincoln. And so we can sort of get the same sort of thing away from Hull. So we are in the middle of quite a lot of big cities or towns. So there's plenty of, you know, space for people to come to if they're willing to travel to meet us. But we're also in a really nice, quiet little village. So you can have a walk down, and there's like a little cafe and things. So if you want to make a day of it, I mean, we will feed you all the snacks, especially if you're an Electric Bride. We're very snack heavy here. But if you want to sort of make a day out of it, there's a little wine bar, and like it's just a cute little place.
Oh my goodness, I so want to make a day of it. I'm not in the market for a dress. I'm just going to come and see you guys and have the full experience, and then do the compare and contrast. Electric Bride versus Elizabeth Kate. That's what you need to start doing on the social media, having like head-to-heads. Which one is the bride going to pick? Because
we've already talked about this, and we've already said no.
No, I think you should. I think there's lots to recommend each experience, depending on the type of bride who's, you know, wanting to do it. And at the minute, I'm completely on the fence. So which one I'd want to do.
Where you want to take. Some people might think, where do I want to take my nana? Like, do you want to the bright pink place upstairs where you've got popcorn and you're having that sort of experience, or do you want to be downstairs where she might feel a bit more comfortable? Now, I don't condone this because I think that it's the bride's day and she should do whatever she wants to do. This is my...
Also, look, Heather, like, nanas like pink too, okay? Nanas like popcorn.
But people might think it's a little bit out there and might prefer a bit more of a toned down experience, which we don't blame them for. But
I mean, if someone's got a hangover as well, they might like it better downstairs.
Or like, you know, open the door, the first thing that everybody, we've had lots of tradesmen and doing all the things, they open the door and they go, oh, it's pink.
Oh, I love that. Well, you know that particularly with Brides Up North, I'm all about the pink. So I'm a fellow pink fan over here, so I can totally see why you painted your studio, because it's a studio, isn't it, up there, rather than a sort of traditional boutique. I see why you painted your studio pink. So tell me about, like, let's get to the bridal fashion. We've talked for at least 20 minutes and haven't even spoken about the dresses, which is, you know, diabolical from being an editor. Tell me about the labels you stock across both boutiques.
Okay, yep, so we have, so the dresses that we have, a lot of them we are going to share between both boutiques, so you will be able to get access to the same dresses in both spaces, if you like. There will be a few dresses that just we do downstairs, there'll be a few dresses specific to the ladies upstairs, so we just have, you know, a few bits that are a little bit different. But on the whole, we will be doing Enzoni Blue. We'll be doing Enzoni Beautiful or Alicia 12 nowadays. We have Rebecca Ingram downstairs. We have upstairs Willoughby by Waters.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we have a few ready to wear, which are unlabeled dresses for both boutiques. So they are for the brides with the sort of short wedding dates that can pick a dress, take it away that same day. And then we are looking at a few other designers, which we are not going to tell anyone about just yet. Until we are totally confirmed.
Fair enough.
You are the designers in the pipelines too.
Okay, so it might be, I mean, maybe not, but we're filming this in lockdown for anyone watching, but when we release this, doors will, fingers crossed, be open again. And so these two ladies will be very, very busy. So we'll see, maybe when it comes to the release date, we'll see if we have any info on your new labels yet that we can tell everyone about at the same time. We'll see, maybe not, maybe it'll be later in the year. Speaking of reopening, I'm guessing you guys are getting ready to be very, very busy.
Yes. I say our diaries are already filling up. I know that mine for Elizabeth Kate is almost full now. And I know you guys are pretty much the same, aren't they?
Yeah. So what's your advice then to someone watching this who's maybe not started their dress shopping yet, or just got engaged and wants to start their dress shopping? How should they be getting on with it?
Dresses do take anything between sort of 4 and 6 months to come in. You know, so we always say that sort of a year is a perfect time in advance to start looking for your dress, because that gives you enough time to find the one, it gives you enough time to get that ordered in, and then time at the end for your alterations and everything to be perfect in time for your big day. Yeah, so I think a lot of people have kind of been stung by hanging about this year, and so, you know, we don't know what's going to happen going forward. So for me, if I were getting married, I'd want to be kind of ticking that box and sorting it out, but it doesn't need to become a stressful panic. It can still be enjoyed really in a really fun, in the way it should be enjoyed.
This is it. Yeah, I think that a lot of people are missing that experience because, like I say, it's such a big part of the bridal journey, choosing your dress, and it's been one of the things that people haven't been able to do in the same way because of COVID. And so I know that you have tried to make the experience downstairs still as good as you possibly can within the restriction. And you really think about the things that you are able to do still, and try and make the experience as it would be. But when you've got face masks on and shields and all the other bits of PPE and stuff, it does make it more, and the bride having to wear a mask as well, and so it does make things more difficult. But you've just got to try your best to make that experience as good as it possibly can be, so that the ones that do need to go now to get their dress don't feel like they're missing out on
No, precisely. Yeah, I think as well, like, we're all kind of, masks and visors are less of an alien concept than they were, you know, 9 months ago, or whenever we reopened in June and in 2020. And I think now, to be honest, if you weren't wearing a mask or visor, you might have a bit of like a moment. So there's going to be that on the other side of things. Which is really weird, isn't it?
Being that close to people.
Isn't it going to be strange? But you're clearly making it as comfortable as possible for the brides, and I love that you're thinking about the experience for them with the new upstairs space as well as what you're already doing downstairs. So I just think it's such a cool experience for any bride who's kind of in your vicinity or would like to travel, because your labels as well that you stock, to me, they are so sort of diverse in their gowns choices, aren't they? I know that Anzoni particularly have got everything from like a big ball gown to a princess to a, you know, a floaty romantic beach gown. Is that why you've gone for those labels?
Just amazing. There's just the quality of the dresses is amazing. And I think if you can find a designer where you look at the new collection and you go, oh my God, I love it, I love it, I love it, to sort of everything, then you're onto a winner. It's there's some designers where you will get a collection and you will absolutely love it, and then the next collection will come out and you'll feel a bit like, oh, it's either really similar to the one before, which means that you're not really adding anything new to what you're offering brides, or they've gone completely different and it's absolutely nothing like what you were expecting it to be. But with Anzoni, I feel like they just constantly hit it out the park, like every time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have to say that when I shoot for the mag, if I'm working with a particular boutique to do a style shoot and they tell me that they're bringing Anzoni, I almost breathe a sigh of relief, because I know A, that they'll fit the model properly, B, they're going to look good on camera and not be sort of creased in all different places because of the quality of the fabrics, and C, that there's going to be choice there for my editorial, and you know, we can work with what we've got, because often on a shoot day is working with what you've got and the environment you're in. So yeah, I like to hear Anzoni on my shoot shopping list. So yeah, you ladies are your prime shoot candidates right now. You've got the backdrop, you've got the Anzoni. just wait to watch this space is all I can say, people. So okay, let's talk trends. So obviously within labels like Anzoni, there is lots of scope for hitting trends. Are you seeing any trends evolving for the next sort of coming year, or is it all up in the air given what's been going on in the world?
I think it's all up in the air.
It is a little bit, yeah. It's I know a lot of the designers have not sort of released real big collections. You know, I think that's because obviously when we were in lockdown, I have dresses downstairs in Elizabeth Kate, which I received end of December, just before sort of New Year, and they are just hanging on the rails waiting for somebody to try them, you know, and they're not going to be tried now until April, which is the point where we're going to be choosing our collection then for sort of autumn. So I think the designers have sort of scaled back the collections because we have so many brand new dresses from last year that
Yeah, so where were we kind of trends wise last year? What were we thinking? Was it all about like the romantic sleep, like that sort of like, well, it's kind of a Bridgerton look, weirdly. I can't believe it's just odd to me that would happen, and it annoys me, and I don't want all my editorial to be Bridgerton inspired. So this is why I'm like, oh, but that kind of Juliet type look, you know, with the romantic sleeve and the romantic draping on the soft skirts. Were you seeing a lot of that sort of thing, or is it still boho for you guys?
There is a lot of romantic draping going on up here especially. But we've even gone the extra mile to be able to add those things to dresses as well.
Yeah.
So we've found that was a real trend, and it looks so pretty. And so we've gone out of our way to be able to make that a reality for other dresses that don't even offer that. So we're trying to just incorporate what we can into other dresses and other styles.
So we have the option with lots of now detachable sleeves. So for those brides as well who have had to change their weddings so many times, so they were originally a summer bride and now they're going to be a winter bride, the dress is not any longer, or they don't feel that the dress is sort of appropriate anymore. We've got lots of detachable sleeves, so they can pop the sleeves on during the daytime, take them off for the nighttime. We've got lots of detachable straps. We've got lots of sort of options to personalize and change up your dress, and it just makes it that little bit different as well to everybody else's.
Yeah, absolutely. And really fun, and it's good to have those kind of outfit reveals throughout the day. I mean, I'm thinking immediately of like Millie McIntosh and her recent wedding to Hugo, and she had the big sleeves, the big half penny sleeves, and then she took them off and was a bit more traditional. And you know, we are seeing more of that, aren't we? And I really like that you know, you're sort of well, I say like everyday bride can have these options. It doesn't have to be like high-end designer. It doesn't have to be celebrities that have one or two dresses. You can have the fashion moment as well on your own wedding day. I think that's fabulous. Do you know, I haven't shot romantic stuff yet. It was all kind of finishing off with boho when I was, and applique florals when I last shot for the magazine. So we need to go full on romantic, and then I think we'll go the other way, and it'll all be like statement power dresses, like plain statement power dresses. Just watch.
With accessories.
Yeah, I think that is the sort of, if we, I mean, we obviously watch trends that are coming, and they are definitely the ones that I'm sort of watching, like you say, the big power dresses, the plains, with like a
bag. I like the accessories vibe. Yeah. Oh, my mind's whirring. Okay, I can tell I'm thinking magazines because I'm getting excited now by editorial. So it's all good. By April, when this comes out, I'll be in full flow, and these ideas will be like they'll be in action. So yeah, it's all good. So why do you think then brides come to you specifically?
I think it's because of our location where we are different amongst the other boutiques that are around us. Not even just the designers, but the actual experience is different when you come to us. I think a lot of the boutiques that are sort of local to us have been well established for quite a lot of years, and so they already have their way, and a lot of it is quite traditional. And I think we've sort of snuck into this area and put like a different spin on it. So I think that the experience that you're getting is just a different experience. I feel as though we are slightly more relaxed than some of the other local boutiques, but that's just because, like I say, they have been established for so long that you obviously get into your own groove of how you do things. And as we're the newbies really in the area, we've sort of started at a different time, and so we've come in at a different time with a different vibe.
Yeah, I was thinking when you're describing the little village setting that I bet the little village doesn't know what's hit it.
If you're driving past in one direction, obviously we're on the second floor, but if you do drive past in one direction and the lights are on, it's just bright pink from outside. But obviously it's not open yet, nobody's been able to see inside, so there's a big shock for some of the local villagers, I think, Charlotte.
I love it though. I love it that, you know, Kim's hinting at the upstairs colour scheme when they see her hair immediately upon coming into the day. I want to go pink. You're making me want to go pink. There's not enough pink in this background there. I've got some pink I've got some pink tulips here. So they would fit in well.
Just try the semi-permanent one and see how it goes. You might love it.
I might do it in lockdown. It might be a bit much for brides up north. I don't know. It'd be like properly embodying my brand, wouldn't it? Okay, so here's a question. If you were getting married in 2021, which gowns would you pick from your collections? I know it's a hard question.
It is a hard question.
I know which ones you would pick.
Yeah. Well, mine are really polar opposite sort of dresses. There are three dresses that I love. All are completely different.
Okay.
I absolutely love Aurora, which is the ultimate princess dress. I love Matilda, which is an Anzoni blue, and it's sort of a lace high neck, really sort of fitted, so completely different. The soft princess with the drop sleeves, which is Aurora. But
I think you showed us Aurora on a live we did.
Yeah,
I remember.
So Aurora is, as Heather said, the princess. She's an Alicia Toile, strapless with the little drops off the shoulders, lots of sparkle on the lace. Amazing. And lots of soft, fluffy gorgeousness.
Yeah.
Matilda sounds lovely as well with the high neck lace. And was there a third one?
And then my third one would be Lunella, which is the Willoughby by Waters, and so that sort of sheer gemmed, really sort of relaxed fit, but just amazing. So they're all completely different, which is why I always say don't have a really sort of focused idea of what you think you're going to love, because those are my top three and they're all completely different.
Yeah. And do you know what, those three gowns, like you can imagine different settings that will be perfect for those three gowns. So depending on where you're getting married, I mean, that Lunella dress, I just can imagine like sort of like, you know, like a terrace in Italy with loads of candles in the evening. That sort of, oh yes, I just love wedding dresses.
Yeah,
beautiful, wouldn't it? That kind of supermodel vibe.
Yeah, well, I think anybody can pull it off.
Make you feel like a supermodel.
I'm definitely not rocking the supermodel vibe, but I still love the dress.
I don't know. I think everyone can be a supermodel on their wedding day. Speaking of sizing then, because not everyone's got a supermodel stats. Thank God, because you know we'd have to heighten all the ceilings. Although in there you're all right in your studio.
Yeah.
But what sizes do you cater for, and what price range as well?
So sizes, we try to sort of cover most people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know that everybody is not a stick thin, you know, size 8, and that's fine with us. It's great if you are, it's great if you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so so we go from our samples start at size 10 and we go right up to a size 20.
Perfect.
In samples, with the majority of them coming in round about the size 16, because obviously a size 16 you can try it on. If you're a size 8 or a 10, we can sort of clip it and pull it and make sure that you can see how it's going to look. But then also if you are a size 24, you can still get into the size 16 and we can just put some sort of modesty panels on the back and fasten it up with some clips. You know, so we can sort of get lots of different sort of sizes within our dresses.
We can get real bodies in the dresses. I think that's the key, that we want to be able to have people come and feel comfortable and not think, oh, I really love that dress, but I couldn't get in that. Or
absolutely,
I'm not 6 foot tall and I don't look like the model in the
photograph. In my daydream. I don't look like my Italian daydream. Sorry guys,
and I
in mode.
like that. Yeah, we want them to fit real bodies, because we've got real bodies. We know that all women are different heights, different sizes, different bust sizes. I mean, I think that in itself is a thing, just getting people's bust to fit in a dress.
Yeah.
And if people are conscious about this sort of area, we don't want that to be a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. When you're trying on a dress, you should be coming in and feeling amazing the entire time. We don't want it to be.
Remember as well is like the dress is not going to fit anyone. Like this isn't your dress. This is a demo essentially of the style on you. So when your dress comes, it will be made for you. and then it'll fit you after alterations and that process to really like cinch it in and put, you know, whatever you need doing to it. It's not about picking a dress off the hanger and it fitting immediately, because like that's rare.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important. Brides aren't expecting that. And what about pricing? What sort of price range do you cover?
So price range, we go from about the sort of 1,100 up to about the 2,300 mark. Majority sort of sit within the middle there, so sort of the 15, 16. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, as we said earlier, we do have some ready to wears which do come in less than the sort of 1,100 for brides who have got that sort of short wedding date. They need to take a dress there and then. So yeah, so just to make it sort of affordable so that you can pick those up and take them away as well.
Yeah, perfect. I love that your boutique's so accessible in that way. So, you know, you offer all this in terms of service and experience, but you are accessible to people with different price points. And obviously, like we talked about, the different sizing. So I think that's really nice. And I think that'll set a lot of minds at rest as well. When they, and also you're just so friendly. So like, well, you know, if anyone's contacting you to book, they've got nothing to worry about when they're making that initial inquiry. I think you just set all kind of minds at rest immediately about, you know, which boutique space is best for them, and just about their, I know you can talk it through them. I know we don't have to talk it through here. So to finish off, if everyone wants to contact you, how is the best way to get in touch to book an appointment with you ladies?
So we are really flexible. They can ring us. They can email us, they can message us on Facebook, they can message us on Instagram, they can stop us in the street, however they
flag us down.
They can sort of stalk us outside, whatever. We're very flexible. You know, we don't have one way of getting in touch. We're quite happy to accept messages on any of the forums, any of the floors, platforms.
I like
the
that.
only thing is we do work by appointment only, so we can't have people sort of dropping into the boutique to make an appointment because they won't be able to get in. But apart from that, anyway, they can get hold of us.
Yeah, so even if it's by owl or carrier pigeon, as long as that's been done and signed up.
That. Like paper bow by the front of the boutique. Message in a bottle, whatever they want to do.
Yeah. I mean, gifts are always welcome, right?
The thing that I was just going to add there is what Heather just said about we do work on appointments, and the reason that we work on appointments is because we just have one appointment in upstairs and one appointment in downstairs. So you get downstairs, you get the entire of downstairs to yourself and your bridal party. Upstairs, you get the entire of upstairs to yourself and your bridal party. So you don't have anybody else's, and I have heard this in the past, of other bridal parties sort of having a look at you in your dress and saying, not that one.
Oh, no. That's never going to be nice, is it? Oh, man.
Yes, so we definitely don't get any of that. It is just you and your bridal party in at any one time.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's kind of expected now and really special. So I would always go for a boutique that offered that, for sure. That would be my advice to a friend who was looking to book somewhere. So listen, what's your Instagram @handle? I'll drop it in here to the.
So we have two. So Electric Bride is @the Electric Bride. So yeah, we're only new, so we would appreciate people to come and follow and like and see what we're up to.
And then look out for Elizabeth Kate, and I'll stick it underneath.
So Elizabeth Kate is just @Elizabeth Kate Bridal.
So anyone watching or listening, please do check out these ladies' amazing bridal spaces, because you're either in for a pink awakening in a really fun and spacious space with lots of added extras, or for a more classic experience downstairs. But I don't want to say the word traditional, because it's not traditional. It's fun, it's welcoming, it's girly, it's gorgeous. And I don't know which one I would pick. So I'll leave it to you guys. And I'll say thank you very much, Heather and Kim. You've been amazing guests today on Wedflics.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.